Hey YouTube. Hi. Hey guys. I am coming live right now because I have not, Ashira is actually on another channel. So I'm sorry to do this while she's on another channel on her interview, but I've kind of been waiting to do this. So I just said, you know what, before it gets too late, let me just go ahead because y'all know I get sleepy. But I wanted to do this video specifically because I have had several women ask me this question, and I was kind of surprised at the fact that they really didn't, hey guys, they really didn't know. They really didn't know the answer to this question. So I wanted to do a video about it because I have a lot. I have a lot of deal breakers, I guess. And so I've been wanting to make this video, and I was busy with my children and stuff all weekend and stuff. So here I am. And if somebody is in the group, can you please put in the groups that I'm live so that they know and can whatever. But I know most of them are on the other video with Shira, so no big deal. But so what are your deal breakers? That is the title of this video. And that's what I wanted to, oh, y'all like Eva? Y'all like Eva? Eva was popping today, but now all the curls and stuff have failed. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about what are your deal breakers because here, it's good to be clear about what your deal breakers are. I experienced a little racism today, but we're going to overlook that for another day. No, I'm just playing. So, okay, what are your deal breakers? My personal deal breakers, and like I said, I have a long list of deal breakers, but mine are cursing at me, like foul language, being loud and like screaming at me, fingers pointing and all that. Being cheap is a deal breaker for me. Being always angry. I understand being angry, but always angry all the time is a deal breaker for me. Of course, hitting, emotional abuse. And guys, I know there's a term for this and I forget what it is, where they'll say something like, that's kind of supposed to be a compliment, but not a compliment. Like, oh, your hair is pretty, even though I know it's a wig, or, yeah, you lost weight, but you still got that little shaky fat right there, whatever that is. Being passive aggressive. Yeah. Being passive. No, but there's like a term. There is a term for it. I forget what it is, but dang it. Anyway, negging is the term for it. Negging. I cannot stand that. Like, that is a huge deal breaker for me. Also, being like not showing up on a first date, that's a deal breaker for me. There's several, like in the course of a relationship, that are considered deal breakers for me. But I think it's when you're clear about what your deal breakers are, it's a lot easier to walk away from a person who is not keeping up their part of the deal. Some things just aren't deal breakers. Like some stuff is understandable, things happen, whatever the case, but some stuff is just totally intolerable, So I think it's good to be clear on what those are and set the standard from the beginning, from the very beginning. If he's rude to the waiter or the waitress, then you leave. You leave. There's no reason why you should still be participating with the person who's being rude. So if they're rude on your first date, if they are, rude to you, if basically, I really don't care what he does to other people besides the fact that, you can observe him the way he interacts with other people to see how he will treat you. But say if you're in the course of your relationship and he decides he wants to just punch you one day or something, that should be a deal breaker. If he has a baby with somebody else, that should be a deal breaker. If he loses his job, gets hurt on his job, for whatever reason, no longer has a job, that should be a deal breaker. All of those things should be deal breakers. There's certain things that you should put up with and certain things that you shouldn't put up with. And I think that being clear on what those things are is very beneficial for you, you know? So be aware of what those are. If you guys did not see the reveal of this hair, it's on the video previous to this one. But yeah, the looks and all of that, I really don't care about the looks. I really don't care what he looks like or, you know, any of that, as long as he is, well, I'm talking about men in general, not just boyfriends, not sugar daddies, not just men that you're interacting with and you know you're doing it on a romantic type level. If you are in any way made to feel uncomfortable, if you are made to feel less than, if he ever does things that are opposing to what you want to do in your life, these things are deal breakers. And they're different for everybody. Some people would say, you know, him losing a job is not a deal breaker. Like you can hang in there, you don't have to leave and da 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 da. But you need to consider why you're staying. You need to consider why this is something that's acceptable to you. You need to consider why you are allowing this behavior. If you tell him up front, you know, I don't like when you don't buy me things for my birthday, and he doesn't immediately leave at that period, I don't like when you don't buy things for my birthday, period. If he is not immediately getting up from the conversation and going to purchase something for you, that's a deal breaker. If I tell you something and the behavior is not immediately corrected, that's a deal breaker. So it could be hurting your feelings. It could be alcohol or drugs. It could be him going to jail. That's a deal breaker for me too. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting until you get out. Sorry. Unless the crime that you committed was on my behalf, I might stay a little minute. I might stay about 2 good weeks. But after that, you know, you're going to have to be replaced. So that is a deal breaker as well. So be aware of what those are. If you don't know what they are, definitely keep in mind what they are. Be aware of what they are for you specifically, and keep them in the back of your mind when you're dating, when you're being pursued, when you're looking at, you know, a potential mate or whatever. Always keep these things in mind, because if you don't, then you will be, he will know basically that you are willing to sacrifice yourself and your morals and your standards for him. And when he finds that information out, it's over. You might as well call the whole, you know, relationship over when you do that. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. A lot of people are not aware of what their deal breakers are. You know, I talked to a lady and she said, you really should do a video about this, because she was dating someone and living with him, and he was at home while she was going to work, and he was playing video games and stuff, and she was going to work. And I'm like, how is this not a deal breaker? You know, he would make rude comments about her in front of their friends, embarrass her in front of their mom, in front of her mother, and stuff like that. And that stuff is just deal breakers to me. It just is. So keep that in mind, ladies. Keep that in mind, because flirting with other women is okay. I don't care about that. He has eyes other than to look at me, so I don't care about him flirting with other women. But the fix for that is to flirt with other men. You know, if he's flirting with somebody else, then you flirt with somebody else. I don't think that's a deal breaker, not at all, because that's easy to fix. You know, you just let your standard, like, hey, that's not cool or whatever. No car, yes, that's definitely a deal breaker. Yeah, if he uses curse words, using curse words is not a deal breaker. If he curses at me and towards me, that's a deal breaker. I don't, you know, he's not, people curse, sometimes I curse in using everyday language. It's not the best type of language, but cursing in general, no. Now, if he says, the big ones, I would probably say something like, do you always talk like that in front of a lady? Cheating is not a deal breaker. Again, if he's cheating, you go cheat, especially if he's wealthy. If he's wealthy, then the chances of him cheating are pretty high. So, you just go get you one. I wouldn't even be upset about that at all. But to be, and then again, ladies, some of the stuff that you guys are calling deal breakers is not a deal breaker. Some of the stuff is not even anything to write home about. Some of the stuff you can just let go. Let go. If he has acne, who cares? I don't care if he has acne. He can have bumps all over his entire body. The goal, money. Oh, y'all, my dress is too big because I'm getting skinny. Money is always the motive. Money is always the motive. So I really don't let the deal breaker. I mean, what his face looks like. If he's too emotional, that's also not a deal breaker. You can deal with that. You can deal with that. So stuff like that is not. That's why I wanted to do this video also, because you have women who don't have any standards, and then you have women who are like, oh my God, this is a deal breaker. What about illegal money schemes? But he gives it to you. I don't care how he gets the money. Get it. I don't care. As long as I don't have to be involved in it and it does not involve me specifically, like having to go to jail or do something illegal, I'm good. I don't care about that. What if you suspect he's bisexual? Nope. Who cares? He's not going to be any sexual with me. He can sleep with men, dogs, birds. People on other planets. I really don't care about that. He's not sleeping with me, so that's good. You know what I mean? I really don't. That doesn't bother me at all. Should he be required to make up for being caught cheating? No. You make him pay for cheating by cheating on him and getting caught. That's how you do that. If you cheat on a man and you get caught cheating, he's going to want you even more because he knows somebody else wants you. Somebody's in his territory. Somebody's got his woman, so that's going to hurt his ego. So he's going to try even harder if you cheat on him back, as opposed to him, you cheated on me. Oh my God. You're going to have to make it up to me. Who freaking cares about that? You ain't got to make it up. Not at all. Of course, not being generous, that is a deal breaker, of course. A drug dealer, but he leaves you out of the business. Again, sometimes you may not know what his occupation is or whatever, but if you suspect it's illegal, as long as he's not asking you to do something, then there's nothing. As long as I'm not being harmed, it is what it is. Drug consumption, as long as it's not in front of me. Like, I don't want to participate in using drugs or anything like that. But if he does, he has the right to do that on his own time, as long as he doesn't call me when he's doing all that or be around me, then I'm fine with that too. If they are not circumcised, who cares? I'm never going to see the PP anyway. So he could have a whole mutated whatever under there and it wouldn't bother me. I don't even know if mine are or if they're not. What about if he's a sex offender? He's not going to sexually offend me. It's open carry in Texas. I wish somebody would try to sexually offend me. Girl, please. As long as it wasn't towards me, I don't have a problem with that. Because he's giving me money. Money is the motive. Money is the motive. So I'm not worried about stuff like that. See, you see why this is a good topic? Because people have stuff that's deal breakers that's going to prevent you from getting to the money. For real. For real. You're not supposed to be having sex. Oh, whoops. She isn't having sex with the men. Y'all shouldn't be either. She said she isn't. How should you handle sex with the husband? Like when and when not to. If you're trying to save your marriage and keep it going, I would ration it, don't do it every day, maybe once a week, maybe, on paydays, definitely. Paydays, Mother's Days, holidays, stuff like that. But I would definitely ration it. Don't do it often. If you have thick skin and he tries to bring you down in a negative way, but he pays the bills, no, that right there is a deal breaker for me. I don't have thick skin like that, because that means if you're able to accept that, then you're willing to accept him, punching you in the eye or something. No, you're not going to treat me if I'm not treated like a princess at all times, then that is definitely a deal breaker. For sure. What if he is a N-word? Oh, a nigger. I don't care about that. If he says things to me that are bad, if he says things to me that are, trying to, hurt me and things like that, bring my self-esteem down, no, I would not. I definitely would not tolerate that. Am I married? Yes, I am married. Am I trying to make my marriage work and fully end my marriage? No, I'm not. Um, if you want a relationship. Oh, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm looking for a kept wife spot too, Miss Me 23. If you're looking to be a kept wife, a sugar baby, a girlfriend, a um, lady of the night, whatever, your man, the man that you're involved with, should 100% be a sugar daddy first, period. I don't care what your role is. If he's not a sugar daddy first, he's not going to make a good husband, because he's not you want him giving to you from the very beginning, period. If he's not giving to you from the very beginning, then you're in a losing position. So if your husband, a good husband is always a sugar daddy first. You can call him something different. You can call him my boyfriend that pays the bills, if that makes you feel better on the inside instead of being your sugar daddy. But he is your sugar daddy. If he's your boyfriend and he's paying your bills, that's exactly what he is. Don't ask me questions about my husband. My husband is not a part of this channel. So, and he's also not your business. So, you know, I do what I do and I do what I want to do. So, and the fact that I think that the fact that I am not actively participating in my marriage is what makes my husband want me so much and not leave. So, you know, if you could live anywhere in the States, where would be the best place for meeting a sugar daddy? I don't know. Wherever you are the norm as far as your looks. So if you are Native American, a good place for you to be would be in the Midwest. If you are um, African American, maybe the South. You know, it just depends on what your look is, and are the people in that demographic attracted to the way you look. If you are just getting married, after how much time should you stop having sex? If you're recently married, anytime you want to, really, especially if you want something. If you want something, then cut the sex off and you'll probably get it. But recently married, it depends. Are you trying to get pregnant? Are you trying to keep your husband around? Depends on what your goals are. Yeah. Let me see. Uh-oh. How many men or dates did you have to go through before finding one that's not a deal breaker? Not many, because I get most of this information on the phone. You can tell really good over the phone how a man is going to be. So it doesn't take long at all. You just have to know the right questions to ask. What if he's a redneck and loves the Confederate flag and supports that? I wouldn't. Racism is not something I would tolerate either, because clearly I'm black. So that's not something that's tolerable. No, I didn't even think that needed to be said, but I guess so. No, I would not tolerate that. Is it bad if you don't like a guy but want him to take you to dinner? No. That's the way it should be. I have a video that says if you like him, leave him alone. So no, that's the optimal place to be, actually. How do you step out on your man? I'm trying to be a player again. Just go. Easy. Just care about yourself and what you want to do only. Easy. Reformed crackheads, no. Can't do it. I mean, if he's rich and he's a reformed crackhead, I mean, hey, cracky, I surely would, but not, you know, not in that way. Why the hell shouldn't I ask if I'm married? Because it's not your business. That's why. It's easy to do it while you're married. You do what you want to do. I'm my own person. He's his own person. That's it. You know, yes, I'm married. That's pretty much what you need to know. Are we together? He lives here, you know. That's it. You know, I do what I do. My husband is pretty much adores me. You know, he works long hours. He works overtime, you know. So, that's how. It's easy. It's easy. Can you share what your meals are since you're losing weight? Yes, on another video. What kind of questions would you ask to screen them out? See how they are, if they're generous, that's it. If you find out he's generous, then that's fine. You have a lengthy conversation. You can tell if he's, if he knows how to articulate himself, if he doesn't get angry quickly, things like that. So that's what I normally do when I have phone conversations. Should the first date always be 5-star restaurants? The first date should be very impressive. If it's not impressive, it's not him pulling all the shots out and things like that, then you should not go on that first date. That's a deal breaker to me, for sure. Yeah. I know I have to have a lot of patience because people say I'm mean and whatever, but what do you think about sugar daddy finding websites? I don't use websites. Can you have my Dusty? You certainly can. Anybody that want my husband can come right over here and sign up for that. You can't have his money though. You can have him, like I said in one of my other videos. Y'all can line up and take turns with my husband. You surely can. But you'll be doing it for free because you won't get an inch or a dime of that money. So good luck. For real. What about famous athletes or rappers? If you can get them, hey, they're going to cheat too, for sure, I think your guard is up on YouTube. You aren't mean if people watch your Facebook videos. I'm not. No, it's not that my guard is up. I just think that people ask like dumb questions on purpose, and that's annoying. It is. Like, come on, you should know. For real. Half the stuff that people ask me. How attentive should a boyfriend be when it comes to texting and calling? Is it fair to expect replies right away? No, because he need to be getting to the money. I want him not to attend to me. Please be unattentive. As long as I get that deposit when I want that deposit, I don't care. I don't care if my man does cheat. Miss Ness Ness, I hope good because he ain't getting it from me. His wallet ain't cheating. His money goes directly deposited into my account. So he can cheat all day long. Holla. Good. I don't really care about that. Do you think all men cheat? They cheat as long as there's a possibility that they can get some. If somebody else is interested, they will definitely cheat. What are some questions to ask whether or not he's generous? What did you give your mom for her birthday? What did you get her for Mother's Day? If he talks about giving to somebody else, if he says, something at work happened and he gave to whatever charity, if he participates in charity events and stuff like that, that's a good way to gauge whether or not he's generous. Right, Miss Tasha Turner. Should you ask for his credit score? No. If he has $40 million and a 345 credit score, why does that matter? See what I'm saying? Questions like that. Okay. Let's see. There should be a general rule that you should watch all of Mickey's videos before you're allowed to comment. How about that? Do you think Houston is a good place? Of course. Of course. Can I adopt you? No, ma'am. I have plenty of children. Wish I could, and I wouldn't have a girl anyway. So, is it a red flag if your man is a mama's boy? No, because that means he likes to be giving. If he's the mama's boy, that just means that you have to um, get in good with the mama. You know, he'll give you some money. Who cares? I mean, is he would probably make a good husband as long as the mom approved, but I wouldn't say that's a deal breaker. No. Um, oh, thank you, Janelle. Yeah. So like I said, I know Ashira was on another video. And I know some of you guys are probably going back over there. So I'm sorry, but I couldn't wait longer to do the video. How do you keep a whale? You keep him by like keep the PP. Don't give it up. If you don't give it up, you can keep any man as long as you don't give it up. How do I ask for the bag up front? Oh, thank you, Miss April. Thank you for the donation. Yay! I got some money. Yeah, I got some money. How do you impress his mother? Just be nice, be wholesome. Don't go over there being sexy. Just be nice and wholesome. Tell her how much you love her son and what a great job she did, and blah blah blah. Stuff like that. You like my eyelashes? Yeah, I did this little beat today. I know you can't see because this light is horrible, but I've been with my boys all day. And I bought this dress. I wish y'all could see. I bought this dress and now it's too big. You heard on the first date, men usually know how much you're going to cost. Is that true? I don't know about that. I'm not sure. What about when their moms get too much into the relationship? Then that's when you leave. It's either can your mom give you this, what I'm giving you? If your mom can give you this, then fine. If she can't, then sorry. you know. Oh, the video's over. Oh, okay. Do I meet their families? No, I don't do any of that personal stuff. Um, see what I'm saying? Miss Sims, April gave Shira $20 yesterday. Hi, April girl. Who cares, Miss Sims? Maybe April only had $25. See what I'm saying? How messy is that? Like, she didn't have to give me that. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, you gave her 20 and you only gave me 5. Girl, I'm not on here for the donations. I'm just here to be, to be helpful, I thought. And thank you, Miss April. I don't care if you gave her 200. Girl, thank you for my 5. I worry about what happens in the Michaela Pink lane. How do you avoid meeting the family? I just tell them no. Like, I'm not doing all of that. Like, why do I need to meet your family? For what? They already know what it is, so no. Mm-mm. Yes, Miss Lady B. It's but I mean, she is my friend. She is she and I are great. We have similar content, so I understand the comparison, but certain stuff I can tell people are being like messy. How do you feel, Shira, that Mickey basically says the same stuff that you say? How she ain't saying what I said? Certain little stuff like that. You're 23. Somebody put Shira. Emmy Ocean. So I know you probably came from Shira's channel, but I'm Michaela. I am 23. The guy I'm dating does everything for me, but he's 70. You scared to get married. I don't know why. You ain't gonna be married long. You ain't gonna be married long. As long as you go in planning a funeral, you're gonna be all right, Miss Emmy. Let's see. Uh-oh. Okay. Miss Nessness said, blessings, take care. She can't be with no man to keep cheating. That's because you having sex with him. You worried about that PP. I'm not worried about the PP. I'm not. If I need some PP, I'm gonna put some batteries in it and work that thing out. I ain't got to be. You are concerned with him cheating because you are having sex with him. When you stop having sex with him, you can get to this bag over here. That's what that is. Um, when dealing with older men, I know to wait until they're fully invested. However, how do you keep putting it off? Easy. Just tell them you don't want to do it. You're not comfortable. You don't, you've been traumatized and sex is not, something you're willing to do. Say no. If you look beautiful, they will wait until the end of the earth to have sex with you. If you look beautiful, say no. That's all you have to do. What do you do when a guy loses interest due to sex? I really don't care when they take themselves off the roster because that leaves more time for the others. So I don't care. I'm sure that's happened before, but I probably didn't even notice. If a potential sugar daddy spent over $1,000 on your first date, but afterwards talks about his sexual needs, should you leave and find another one? Yes. Because if he's considering you like a prostitute, he's basically saying, hey, I gave you $1,000. Now I want some sex. If that's not something you're willing to do, then I would definitely cut it off, leave him alone. Yeah. Oh, it's all right, Miss Emmy. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Let's see. I'm looking for question marks. If you guys can put them in the front of your question, that would be great. What if a sugar daddy wants a lot of public affection, but you're not attracted to them? I don't really do a lot of public affection. If I do any affection, it is going to be in public, though. Definitely. If I do any, it's going to be in public. That way you can't get to laying down and putting legs back and all that stuff. So, yeah, if I did do anything in the way of affection, it would be in public. I sound like I'm from New Orleans. I spent a lot of my time as an adult in New Orleans. So that's possible. What's the first step you should take to gain back your feminine energy? Um, Very good. Go get your hair and your nails done, I would say. Maybe. But that's what I would do if you don't already have that done. Um, right. Yeah. I don't. Exactly, Miss Adiola is here. I'm young and I just need advice on how a man should take me seriously. Be serious. If you're serious, he gonna take you serious. Chop him in his throat. I don't, I don't know. What if the guy travels to see you and he doesn't know about the country at all? Is it okay to help him figure? Hey, it's not okay to help a man do anything, Miss Blue Black. No, let him figure out on his own. He's a man. He can call his mama if he needs help, but that's not your role to be helpful. But don't you have to pretend to be genuine when dating older men, faking a connection, or do they all know what it is? If you're 20 and he's 70, he definitely knows what it is. He don't think you're in love with him, baby. He doesn't. That's impossible. He knows. But you do have to pretend like you like him. You do. What are your tips to avoid kissing our husbands on their mouths? Just say no. Just say no. If it's your husband, you can be like, no, don't touch me, don't kiss me. That's easy. Husbands are easier to deny than somebody else because you don't freaking care what he think. What he gonna do? Leave? And if he does leave, great. Older men are always attracted to me. Help. I don't mind, but some don't even have themselves. If they don't have themselves together, then leave them alone. Forget the fact that they're old. Leave them alone if they don't have themselves together. They can be old as long as they have themselves together. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Do I use cream powder or contour? Do I use cream or powder contour? I use both, actually. I use both. Have you always been able to stay at home? No, I have not always been able to stay at home. Nope. I worked when I first got married. I did, Miss Moesha, on the video before this, I did a review on this hair, honey. Me and Miss Eva are in love. Yes. Who said it's trash? Thank you, Miss Julie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Uh-oh, I have to go back up. Sorry. What are your tips on avoiding kissing, possessiveness, and jealousy are masculine traits? Older men are always attracted to me. Oh, sorry. How would you address a man who pays all your bills? Oh, sorry. I'm going back too far. What do you think having a vanilla relationship? What do you think of having a vanilla relationship simultaneously? Simultaneous to what? I guess I don't understand that, Miss Floridian Beach Bum. Here, a lot of people talk about seeking arrangement. I don't do anything online. What's my favorite beauty routine? I don't know. I'll have to do a beauty channel, I guess. I guess I'm gonna have to do it. What do you say to a man when he asks you what you do for a living? I don't respond to that because it shouldn't matter. If he asks what you do for a living, that means he most likely wants to support you, to help support his lifestyle or something. So I probably wouldn't answer. Um, your SD wants to take you out for a in the States giveaway. You're gonna have to have some sex. If you're traveling with a man, gotta give it up. That's just is what it is. Um, can I get a husband in a year's time? I got married in 3 months. Yes, you can. I got married in 3 months. Where can I actually find true love in all of this? You can't. You know how you find true love, Miss Lena Dina? You get yourself impregnated and you give birth to a human being. And that is where you will find true love. There and only there. So wait, 50 is too young. I'm 25 and you're dating somebody 50. No, 50 is not too young. What to do when a guy wants to show you off too early before if he hasn't invested, he shouldn't be able to do anything for you, with you at all. If he hasn't invested, he gets no privileges. So deny him. How can I afford to keep myself beautiful to attract a man without a lot of money? You don't have a lot of, this takes a lot of work, clearly. I mean, I don't wake up like this. It does take a lot of work. So if you don't have money, you should find ways to get it, I think. Okay. Ooh, y'all deleting the trolls. I love it. Do I mostly date white men? No. Where's my moderator? They getting them. How do you keep your husband? Who is this TG? This better not be TG Driver. I don't care if my husband is happy. You know who I worry about? Me, Miss TG. I keep myself happy. I could care less what that man is doing, girl. I don't care. Would you continue to see someone after they said they were going to leave all their money to their son? No, ma'am, not at all. Hey, I'm here, Mickey. Hey, Miss Joy. Hey, if you want, you're getting married and it's been 4 months. This lady's giving the wrong advice. Okay, well, why are you still here, baby? If I'm giving the wrong advice, Miss Nessa, then you go right ahead and get married to that dusty PP, girl. We're gonna be over here getting to this money, please. Do you think rich men prefer thicker? They prefer thinner women. Right, Miss Ness need to go somewhere. Okay, have a good day, boo. Thank you, Donna. She's getting on my last little nerve. Okay, so back to the topic. What are your deal breakers? You need to have deal breakers. You need to make sure that your deal breakers are ever present in your mind. If you have to write them down, if you need to, just tonight when you get off the phone, when you get off this live, what are my deal breakers as far as a relationship? Are you willing to accept him cheating? Are you willing to accept him being a drug addict? Do you need to be coddled? Do you like gifts often? Do you want him to call you a million times? What are your specific deal breakers? What are your specific deal breakers? Keep those in mind. Whatever they are for you, it's going to be very personal because everybody has different deal breakers. But I think you need to think about what they are, especially if you are going to be involved in sugar baby dating, because those issues come up often and a lot. And some things you have to tolerate. when you get into the bag. Just like when you go to work, you have to deal with people you don't like. You have to deal with circumstances you don't like, people talking to you a certain way. So if you're not able to handle those things, then you need to know upfront what I'm willing to deal with and what I'm not willing to deal with. Keep that in mind when you start dating, when you're in relationships, and that'll make it easier for you to get to the money because you'll be able to weed them out quickly. If somebody does something that you don't like, okay, that's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. Keep those things in mind. And I hope this video was helpful. I hope I got to a lot of your questions. If I did not, I am available for consultations. You guys can ask me questions whenever you like in the consultations. If you would like to reach out to me for business purposes, please see my email in the description bar. I'm also on Facebook. If you want to be a part of the groups on Facebook, just again, send me an instant message and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. You ladies have a wonderful day, evening, night, week. I will be back on probably tomorrow, maybe, with another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for coming, even though I know you guys were on the other video. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening though. Bye.